Hi, and welcome to your 19th lecture in Russian for Complete Beginners, in which we will focus on learning how to use adjectives in the accusative case and how to use conditional mood. Now, so far, we have studied nouns and personal pronouns in the accusative case. Today, we will see how the adjectives change. The important thing to remember is that since adjectives describe nouns, they have to agree with them in their endings. Generally, in any new sentence, a useful thing to do would be to find a noun first, as it is the main word that all other words in the sentence agree with. So, for instance, if you have a phrase, in the house, в доме, which is masculine singular noun in the prepositional case, then if you want to say in my big house, then your possessive my and adjective big will have to agree with the noun and will also require a masculine singular form in the prepositional case. As a result, it will become в моем большом доме. Now you will remember that accusative case is the only case in Russian that makes a distinction between animate and inanimate, or between somebody and something. As we can see here, all masculine inanimate and neuter adjectives do not change their ending in singular accusative case form. You will remember from the previous lecture that the same thing happened with nouns. However, all animate masculine and all animate and inanimate feminine adjectives will have to agree with nouns and therefore will change their ending. Let's go through the animate masculine endings first. Старый will become старого. Синий will become синего. Молодой will become молодого. Note that as before, we pronounce consonant G as V in these endings. Let's go through the feminine endings, both animate and inanimate. Старая will become старую. Синяя will become синюю. Notice similar endings in the demonstrative pronouns this. Animate masculine this, этот, will become этого. Inanimate animate feminine this, это, will become эту. Inanimate masculine and neuter demonstrative this will not change their ending and will remain этот and это. Let's have a look at some examples. Я читаю эту новую книгу. I am reading this new book. Я вижу этого молодого человека. I see this young man. Я слушаю это новое радио. I am listening to this new radio. Now let's move on to plural adjectives in the accusative case. As we can see, all inanimate adjectives, masculine, feminine, and neuter, do not change their ending in plural accusative case form. And there are only two possible endings for animate masculine and feminine adjectives, их and их. Let's go through these together. Masculine animate старые becomes старых. Синие becomes синих. Молодые becomes молодых. Feminine animate старые becomes старых. Синие becomes синих. Please note that plural demonstrative pronouns, these, change their form in animate from эти to этих and do not change their ending in inanimate form, эти. Let's have a look at the examples at the bottom. Я читаю эти новые книги. I'm reading these new books. Я вижу этих молодых людей. I see these young people. Now let's see how we can use this material in an everyday conversation. I'm going to read the dialogue till the end first and then translate it. Please feel free to pause and rewind at any time in order to practice your pronunciation and your understanding of the text. Привет, Катя. Что ты сейчас делаешь? Привет, Оля. Я иду на новую работу. Мой новый офис в центре. Отлично. Поздравляю. А куда ты идешь? Я иду в новый спортивный зал. Он там, на углу. Он мне очень нравится. Что ты делаешь в субботу? Еще не знаю. А что? Я иду на вечеринку. Мои друзья Андрей и Лена пригласили меня в американский бар. В этом баре очень хорошие коктейли. Да-да, я знаю этот бар и помню Андрея и Лену. Они живут недалеко. Я часто вижу их в метро, когда я езжу на работу. Хорошо, когда тебе удобно? Я думаю, в 8 часов? Хорошо, до встречи в субботу. До встречи. Hi, Katya. What are you doing at the moment? Hi, Ola. I'm going to Newark. My new office is in the center. Great. Congratulations. And where are you going? I'm going to a new gym. It's there, on the corner. I really like it. What are you doing on Saturday? Don't know yet. Why? I'm going to a party. My friends Andre and Lena invited me to an American bar. There are really good cocktails in this bar. Yes, I know this bar. And I remember Andre and Lena. They live nearby. I often see them on the tube when I go to work. Good. When is it convenient for you? I think at 8 o'clock? Good. See you on Saturday. See you soon. Please note here that words that are used with preposition na in prepositional case, such as работа, will also be used with preposition na in the accusative case, as in я иду на новую работу. Also note the use of the word что together with а что can also be used in this case to mean and why, as in why do you ask? We have also come across a phrase в гостях, to be at someone else's house. Here we have a very similar word, вечеринка, which generally stands for a party outside of the house, in a club or in a bar. Now let's move on to a new verb, which is commonly used with accusative case, the verb to want. Хотеть. Хотеть. The verb хотеть is an irregular verb, as we can see from its conjugation. Singular forms, я, ты, он, and она have consonant ch in their stem and conjugate as a first group verb. However, plural forms, мы, вы, они have consonant th in their stem and conjugate as a second group verb. Let's go through these forms together. Please repeat after me. I want, я хочу. You want, ты хочешь. He, she wants, он, она хочет. We want, мы хотим. You want, вы хотите. They want, они хотят. Well done. Let's have a look at some examples at the bottom. Я хочу изучать русский язык. I want to study Russian language. Он хочет работать. He wants to work. Мы хотим чай. We want tea. Now this verb, хотеть, can also be used to form a construction similar to English that stands for I would like or I would want, which can be used as a polite form of ordering something in a restaurant or in a cafe, as in I would like a coffee please, or to talk about hypothetical situations, as in I would like to work in a bank one day, which we call conditional mood. Generally, forming conditional mood in Russian is quite easy. All we need is a past tense of any verb plus particle бы, which literally stands for would. So он хотел бы becomes he would want. Она хотела бы becomes she would want. Они хотели бы becomes they would want. When used with verb хотеть, it can also be translated as I would like. And this is the phrase that we would use to order something in a restaurant or in a cafe. Let's have a look at some examples. Я хотела бы изучать русский язык. I would want to study Russian language. Or I would like to study Russian language. Я хотел бы работать. I would want to work. Or I would like to work. Мы хотели бы чай. We would want some tea or we would like some tea. Notice that when we use the verb хотеть with nouns, we use nouns in the accusative case. As a result, when using this verb in a question, accusative case has to be used with question words. Let's have a look at these examples at the bottom. Какого друга ты хотела бы видеть? What kind of friend would you like to see? Старого, an old one. Какую книгу ты хотела бы читать? What kind of book would you like to read? Интересную, an interesting one. Какой чай ты хотела бы пить? What kind of tea would you like to drink? Черный, black one. Notice the change in endings of both the question tag какой and the noun used with it, which match the accusative case endings, and are used here because we anticipate to hear the answer in the accusative case. Let's see how we can use all of this new material in a conversation. I'm going to read the whole dialogue till the end first, and then translate it. Сегодня вечером я не работаю, поэтому можно ужинать в ресторане. В каком ресторане ты хотела бы ужинать? Мы давно не были в итальянском ресторане. Я хочу есть мясо, пасту и пить вино. Какое вино ты хочешь пить? Конечно, красное. Хорошо. На чем ты хочешь ехать? На метро или на машине? Я думаю, на машине. Сегодня на улице холодно, а в машине тепло. А ты что хочешь есть? Я думаю, пиццу. Мне очень нравится пицца, но я знаю, что это не очень полезно. А что ты хочешь пить? Наверное, пиво. Я люблю итальянское пиво и итальянские десерты. Today in the evening I am not working. That's why it's possible to have dinner in a restaurant. In what kind of restaurant would you like to have dinner? We haven't been to an Italian restaurant in a long time. I want to eat meat, pasta, and drink wine. What kind of wine do you want to drink? Red, of course. Good. How do you want to get there? By tube or by car? I think by car. It's cold outside today, but it's warm in a car. And what do you want to eat? I think pizza. I really like pizza. But I know that it's not very healthy. And what do you want to drink? Beer, perhaps? I love Italian beer and Italian desserts. Excellent, well done. Please note the choice of the question tag in the sentence «В каком ресторане ты хотела бы ужинать?» We will anticipate the answer in prepositional case, so the question tag «какой» has to reflect that. Also note that we can either use conditional mood, in what restaurant would you like to have dinner, в каком ресторане ты хотела бы ужинать, and non-conditional mood, as in what kind of wine do you want to drink, какое вино ты хочешь пить. Lastly, note the use of на чем in a sentence на чем ты хочешь ехать, which literally translates as on what do you want to go, or how do you want to get there, using which mode of transport. Excellent, well done. In this lecture, you have learned how to use adjectives in the accusative case and how to use conditional mood. Overall, you have familiarized yourselves with 12 new Russian words. As usual, remember to download supplementary material which contains information about possessive pronouns in the accusative case, as well as the Test Yourself file, which contains exercises designed to reinforce new information covered in this lecture. Thank you for today and speak to you soon.